right, so we're gonna look at some of the first couple exercises. We really focus on the feet and the ankles, so, but to be able to show you some of the different things that really happen when we start to try to strengthen the calf, ankle, and foot. So when we talk about, you know, basically making a solid foot, we can expand the foot onto the ground, all right, and we can compress the foot and make it more narrow. So a very simple one, most of you have probably done this, calf raises. What we look at when we're talking about calf raises, the big thing to think about is the position of your foot is going to dictate what gets targeted more, especially when we're talking about your calf, your soleus, so your gastroc, your soleus. Then we look at really the flexor hallucis longus, which basically flexes your toes, all right? And then on the other side, your flexor hallucis brevis, we didn't really talk about it in the other video, but goes underneath to really tackle those things. So when we look at the first movement, right, calf raises, a lot of you have probably done it. Well, all we're doing is just toes forward, gripping the ground with your toes, and then just trying to raise as high as you can, and then just controlling it back down. All right, so we're coming all the way up, all the way back down on top, right? The big thing here is remember to grip the ground with your toes. Now, if we want to get a little bit more of that flexor hallucis brevis, that soleus, a little bit less gastroc, we can point the toes in and then come back, right? It can be a little challenging on the balance, so if you need something to hold on to, same thing, coming all the way up, all the way back in, okay? If I want to challenge a little bit more flexor hallucis longus and a little bit more of that soleus and take the gastroc out of it, I can go in, same thing, gripping the ground with the toe, all the way up, all the way down, all right? If we want to level that up, make it harder, we can take a plate, we just take an elevated surface. Basically what we're getting in this position is we're stretching out the gastroc a little bit more. I'm gonna come to the side here, right? Same thing, I'm gonna try to grip whatever elevation I've got with my toes and come all the way up, whoop, and then all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Same thing, you can really duck your feet out and go the inside edge, all right? Same thing, holding on to something can be beneficial. You can go inside edge, up, down. The other way that we can overload this is then to go on a single foot. So if I want to go here and go single foot, right? And I'm just going to use this toe for balance here, just that foot, all the way up, all the way down in that calf raise, okay? You can also do a very similar thing. If you have something like a wedge, this tends to help a little bit more with the balance, but you can wedge it and start in that position, all the way up, all the way down, changing the position, ducking the feet out, all the way up, in, right, all the way up, all the way down. We're basically just changing how much length we can get out of that gastroc, out of the flexor hallucis longus, flexor hallucis brevis. They basically are gonna curl those toes in that position, okay? And that's what we're gonna look at. Those are just our very simple basics.